Hello, it's Patrick Melly with Tallowan Ranch and Russian Hill Wines, and we're here at the beginning of June and we're doing an update in the vineyard. We were here 1 month ago, and just to remind people, a month ago we had some rain and we had just started getting into the vineyard, so we were tucking some vines, we were taking off some suckers, just sort of our first preliminary haircut, if you will. So now 1 month later, if you look down the rows, you'll see that the vines are still tucked up very nicely, but they've grown a lot. The shoot tips, this shoot tip shows that it's very actively growing. So they've probably grown 8 or 10 inches just in this last month. So we've moved the wires up higher to contain them because we've got very windy days, especially afternoons, and these are still very tender shoots, so they can easily break off. You'll also notice that down here along the bottom, we have new suckers have grown. It's just like your grass, you mow it, but you got to do it again in another week or two. We don't want these suckers to be growing and draining some of the energy off. And I actually had somebody that had called me or emailed me about last month's video, and they wanted to know why we took those suckers off, because they had some leaves on them, and they said, isn't that good for photosynthesis? You're giving them some additional energy. And I pointed out that yes, that is true in the perfect world, but we're not growing grapevines, we're growing grapes. And so we want it to all be balanced. We don't want too much leaf in there for suckers that will never produce grapes. So we take those off so that all the nutrients will go up higher in the vine where we've got the fruit zone and what we're going to be doing. So one of the other things I thought that I would point out is we had some rain just a week ago, and I believe that'll be the last rain of the year. I certainly hope so. But in that rain, it was a very critical time because this is the flowering period, and so we should be determining what our maximal potential crop is. Now, normally I would say I'd have an idea now, but I feel it's a little premature. Another couple weeks I will know, because the rain can knock off these very, very light little flowers, and so they'll never mature into grape berries. So I'm going to show some examples here of some that are not developed yet, and you'll see as when I touch them, it is just the flowers will come right off, the flower tips. And then we've got other examples which have already finished, and the berries have started to begin their beginnings formation. So in another 2 weeks, they'll all be at the stage where I'll be able to determine how much fruit we're going to get here in the Tallowan Sauvignon Blanc vineyard. So stay tuned. We'll take another look at it next month and see how things look.